What up? What up? Don't touch the mic. What up? It's PR Project, episode number 129. Moving along almost to 130. We gotta do something special for 150, but thanks for tapping into the PR Project. We are a bunch of fun guys who run, not mushrooms. Fun guys?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
All right, so yeah,
How many kids you got?
Huh?
How many kids you got?
Enough, bro.
Yeah,
Enough for that. That Gary would be proud. Gary's not here yet. He's gonna be tapping in a second. But yeah, we are the PR Project. We talk about shoes. We talk about running. We talk about running culture and all the things that kind of come up in our like little worlds of running. And please make sure that you are. You know what? Just stop for a second. Pause this. Are you subscribed to the show? If you're not, pause. Subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube and you're watching this, we love you. Subscribe. Because that stuff helps us. And what is it like? You can follow. Can you subscribe and follow a podcast, or is it the same thing?
Subscribe. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let's make sure.
I mean, you can follow us on Instagram if you want.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram for sure. Because we do stuff over there too.
Yeah.
Those clips are doing well, bro. I gotta hold on. I gotta give you before you go there. I have to give you credit. You've been knocking them clips out, bro. And they're getting better and better though.
Yeah, I agree.
They getting cleaner and like it looks fire. So we appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. I was telling somebody the other day, like, I think that's the new like phrase of media in general. Yeah. It's just like, oh yeah, I saw the clips. Because like it's so much stuff that people like. Do you listen to this podcast or do you watch this on TV? And it's just like, well, I've seen the clips. So I think people consume clips as content more than they actually consume the thing. You know, whatever people are doing, whether it's a TV show or like a podcast. Like the clips are so valuable. So
somebody actually was like, "Oh yeah, and I really love your podcast. I can't remember the name of it, but I see all the clips. They look great." And I'm like, "All right, that's cool.
I'll take it.
Hopefully one day we convert this person into a follower. But that's a vibe.
Yeah, you thinking real corporate conversion?
Yeah, man, I gotta convert, man. It's a conversion rate, bro. Yeah. So I get, we got a few different things to talk about, but first let's talk about this weather, though.
Yeah.
I mean, is that like? Like, are we randomly like, yeah, what about the weather? But it's extremely warm all of a sudden, and I'm not.
It's
ready.
Like it turned into summer.
Yeah.
Like in today.
In today.
This morning it wasn't summer.
Yeah, not in a day, but in today.
In today it turned into summer. Somehow.
It was like 50-something degrees when we started running,
which is
perfect,
beautiful for me.
It was like okay, hold on. First, your favorite weather to run in, like perfect, not to race in, but just to run in.
For a nice, easy run, probably like 50 degrees, occasionally sunny, like the sun pop out sometimes, but they go back behind the clouds. Because if it's out the whole time, it's a little tricky. But something that I think like my favorite running combination is like long sleeve shirt, half tights.
Yeah.
Any weather that I can wear that in, we green. Like, and no rain. I mean, rain ain't bad, but I prefer not to get my feet wet and all of that. So, dry, not humid, a little overcast, 50 degrees. Sign me up. I'll do it. I'll go all day.
I feel like I need my favorite would probably be how this morning started off. 50 degrees, that partly sunny situation, just rained. I like the vibe. Like I just like the feeling of like being outside after like a post rain, and puddles are trash, mud is trash. But it is what it is. Yeah. I mean, I'm like halfway a trail runner right now. So, but I've been doing like the long sleeve and short sleeve on top. Yeah. And I really like that vibe. Like, so I wish if I could run short, long sleeve under, short sleeve on top all year round, I would probably do that.
Yeah. I think that's like a very specific kind of temperature for me because I do get hot, and that is. It would have to be like 40 for me to pull that off.
Yeah, 40 with a breeze.
Yeah. It got to be on the chillier side because I usually got to wear gloves if I'm going to do that. But, yeah, it's a cool look for sure.
Yeah, I like it.
It's swag for sure.
I've been rocking with that. And then, I mean, I'm also kind of like heat training too because I'm 42 or 41 days, 42 days because it's 6 weeks from today.
Yeah, not that you're counting, but.
No, I'm not counting at all. Ask me the minutes. But from Western States 100. And Western is traditionally hot. It will be hot. I think like in the valley they say it gets to be like over 100. So I've been, gearing up a little extra here and there. Going to be doing like a sauna protocol pretty soon.
Talk about that a little bit.
What, the protocol?
The sauna thing.
So like I did, like I'm not know the science behind all of it, but
who cares?
It's made up anyway. It's like I think the last time that I did it, it worked pretty well. You go, it's like a 10 to 14 day like protocol where you run close as possible to the sauna and get in the sauna within like 30 minutes or something like that, so that your core temperature is already hot. Like starting off fresh and doing like a 30-minute sauna thing, you still get hot obviously because 30 minutes is a good clip, but if your core is already hot, then it just kind of like maximizes it. And as you go through these sessions, you're like something about the orientation of your blood, like white blood cells or something, like that's what I'm saying. I don't know, but it changes and it helps you just like kind of heat acclimate a little bit better. So when you get to a place like Western States or like your hot next race that's probably going to be in May or June or whatever, it's going to be hot, you're just a little more ready for like that heat that you really didn't train in. Because most of us, unless you're like in Florida right now, like most of us, if you race in May or June, that temperature that day, you probably haven't done many workouts in that weather. That's like the bad part about the downside, I guess, of like some of the later spring races or early summer races is most of your training was in like almost perfect or too cold.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about training through summer and running a fall marathon, because you train through the crap. You train really hard through all the 90 to 100 degree days, and then it cools down like kind of just perfect for you, so you should be able to kind of go off. That's kind of why I think that the world record being the marathon world record being 1:59:30 in a spring race is actually really crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't train here.
Yeah.
But it's still a thing.
Yeah.
It's still most of like the world records have always been in the fall.
I never thought about that. I never thought about the trend of them being in those fall races. But yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting observation.
So I think and our good friend Shannon, shout out to Shannon Jamar Sangster, he hit me with a Sidious Mag posted that Sebastian Sawe is going to be running Berlin. So
it's like, man, how far can he take it?
I think if he stay on the course he's at, and the weather's, because Berlin was hot last year, so who knows? Like if it's perfect weather, I don't doubt the guy. I mean, how you gonna doubt him? But London's a slower course.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he dipping under 1:59.
It's crazy, right?
I think he like 1:59. If he breaks his own record, the 1:59:30, he's gonna run like 1:59 like 17.
Yeah.
Like max.
Yeah. It's like to even think like. It's funny because like, all right, we've seen the 2-hour barrier be broken, and then now it's like, okay, how much further? Like, I was listening to something, and they were saying like, is there a limit? Like, is there a limit as to like, okay, humans can't get any faster now. Like, we've maxed out, and we haven't gotten there yet in pretty much any sport. Like in any of like the records that are standing, like even Usain Bolt's record is like still relatively modern,
Yeah, but then there's like a 19-year-old Gout that's like that just broke his under 20 world record, and it's only it's like 0.5 seconds off or 6 or something like that.
Yeah, he's got great potential. There was a great 60 Minutes piece on him and his family and his coach. Yeah. It's really cool. It's really cool to see. They're like slow playing it for him. Like they aren't like.
Oh, they're holding him back?
Yeah. It's like we want to give him the opportunity to enjoy being a youth athlete and for the progression to be a little more natural than what we've seen in the past. That some kids show promise and they just like full go. Like you're training like a professional from 13 and just like burning yourself out. But they're like, no, we want him to have a longer career and do it the right way. Yeah. So it's interesting to see him in that space. But yeah, it's like, will we hit a limit on records in our lifetime? And to think like, it's just going to keep going. It's just going to keep going and going. And the science is going to get better. The equipment is going to get better. The nutrition is going to get better. Like they said, like bicarb did such a big, like it made such a big impact on those middle distance races because it's an unlock that is like really quantifiable. Like it really like bore fruit. And I think the same thing in the marathon with super shoes and people pushing a limit on like carbs. Like it's just like stones being unturned that haven't been touched yet. And it's like, what's the next thing?
Yeah, I don't know if like, because the thing about running is kind of, I guess it's pretty unique, is like that it's just growing in popularity as a recreational sport. And then, you know, not everybody that starts to run this year is going to be interested in the marathon spectating wise for a long time, but a lot of those people will. So the more people that are trying to run these marathons, the more people are just dumping money into like running gear and all that stuff. It's just going to pull more and more financial support to like some of these key teams that are trying to actually break barriers, and they have the right people to do so. You know, like for Adidas having Sebastian Sawe, like who knows how much money they've spent on, like just say on him and all the things that he's been trying to do and train. So I just don't think it'll stop. I think, and it kind of makes you think about like other sports that, like football's advanced in so many ways, more so on like the protection side of things to keep them safe. But running is such a you just haven't seen that type of difference. Like in basketball, like maybe longevity, you see like LeBron James, but it doesn't necessarily like happen on the court. Like you don't see these like massive differences. Maybe you do.
I would disagree. Yeah, I would disagree.
I mean, but they're all.
It's not quantifiable in the same way as it is in running.
Yeah.
So like I can't say like, oh, teams are scoring more points, so they must be better. That's not the case. But the style that basketball teams play, especially pros, like pros shoot better, like from longer than they did like by a lot. Like in the 90s, or if you even go back to like the 80s, right? Because the NBA introduced the 3-point line in the 1970s. And there was for a long time, it was for one, the coaches didn't know how to coach that, because it's like I've been coaching the game this way without a 3-point line for so long, and now you implement it. I don't have people that can do it, and I don't really want to do it because they kind of looked at it like a gimmick. But I think when Steph Curry revolutionized the game was when he changed the math. It's like this 3-pointer is disproportionately more value than a 2-pointer. So if I shoot a 3-pointer at 35%, it's literally the same from a math standpoint of shooting shooting at 35% from a mid, and a lot of mid-range jumpers being taken at that time, especially like Kevin Garnett, like it's one step inside the 3-point line. It's like you take one step back and you increase the value of that shot by 15%. You know, so I think I didn't mean to get basketball nerdy,
hey,
but
let's go.
In basketball, yes, I think the players have they shoot much better from a longer distance, because it used to be like, oh my God, he just hit a 3.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's crazy.
I mean, I know what you're saying, but that's more. But like the way that like science is, like literally in running right now, like under the foot, you know, and you don't see like carbon plates in the NBA.
That's true.
You don't see. I mean, maybe they should be taking bicarb like before the fourth quarter. You know, maybe Cade needs it. I'm gonna kick him some bicarb.
I've seen like players taking like gels and like.
I mean, it has to. Something has to change. I mean, not has to change, but I think a lot of the evolution of the game is basically like on how it's played and how it's viewed. And then if everybody's like, okay, we shooting threes now, then people start shooting threes in practice, and you find out quickly who actually has a chance to get better at it. And then you practice.
I think a good comparison would be like running to golf, right?
100%.
Running to tennis. It's like the equipment has gotten so much better in these sports that people can do things that they didn't think was possible in the past. Like guys can hit, like the golf balls are so, bouncing out. They're so technologically advanced. They cut through the wind different. The clubs are better. You know, they have all of these special materials in the clubs that you can hit the ball much more consistently. You can strike the ball way harder and goes way farther. So I think that like the scientific portion of it has impact. Like maybe the athletes did get better by a bit, you know, but the equipment that they're using is so much better. Like the wood rackets compared to the, you know, composite rackets that they use now in tennis, it's made the game so much different. Yeah. Like I saw a diagram. It showed like the hot spots on a tennis court, and tennis used to be played at the net. Like it used to be like the inside of the two lines where like closer to the net. If they played on grass, that's tore up. Now it's all played from the baseline because they can hit the ball so hard because those wood rackets just killed the ball. But now they just blasting back and forth, and it's just like a different game. Because back then, if you were bigger, you can reach better. But now it's like you got to be fast and you got to be quick because you got to be able to get from side to side. So it's interesting the way science impacts the way people play. Yeah. And which athletes get filtered in and filtered out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I wonder when you'll start hearing that conversation in the middle of a basketball game, like of an announcer, like, yeah, such and such is doing such, you know, like, because you don't hear none of that. I mean, you hear workouts and rest and recovery and stuff like that, but you don't hear. LeBron kind of has tapped into it because he started to push a lot, and I think he's backed away from that, like showing a lot of like the recovery stuff that he was trying to do.
Yeah, that's because he was going down to Miami and getting them special,
that one guy
special treatments. He like, hey, we ain't gonna talk about this right here.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, I just think it's interesting, like that. You know, I don't think we'll see. I don't know where I don't know like how real it is. Like if you ask Sebastian Sideway, like I don't know how real his answer would be. Like how much more did you have? You know, because you're always gonna be, if you did that, no matter what, you're always gonna be like I could have cut off like 3-4 seconds right there. Like I know for sure I did this wrong or I know what I felt and it slowed me down. Yeah. And I got through it. You know, what if I could get rid of that? You know. Yeah. But yeah. So.
But before we move on, I think a great analogy, well, not even analogy, but just a great like representation of that is, did you watch the documentary that Adidas put together for the 159?
I didn't.
It's much more about the team and the shoe than it is about the athlete. And I think that kind of shows where they are with it. It's like, he's a great athlete. Like his coach, like the guy that was coaching him, he's like, he's a great athlete. I know that he can do it. And that was like 3 minutes. And then everything else was just like, we've been working on this shoe and this technology and all of this. And like, you can tell that Adidas almost believes that their equipment did the job just as much as the athlete.
It sounds like Breaking 2 and NEOS 159, where it's like, you find the person first, and it's like, okay, we think you can do this. Yeah. Okay, now we'll just give you all the stuff. Yeah. Because, like, you can't take somebody that's, like, you know, no matter how fast, no shade to anybody else, was like, you can't take a 205 guy and go, like, okay, go do this. You know, because that's just too much. Yeah. But if you can find the person that you think can make this happen, like, if they did an experiment and they were, like, you know, 2003 or 2002, and was like, hey, look at LeBron, we think you're built to be in the NBA until you're 45. For based on our studies, let us help you. Yeah. And you know, like, that's what they're doing. They're finding the thing, you know, the machine, and then they're just like going along with it. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Which is dope. But I can't wait to see, like, what, you know, how far running, you know, goes in the whole grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Hey, Gary, how are you? You're just
I've been here the whole time.
Snuck in here.
In case you didn't hear the in-studio audience when he walked in, you know, they cheered when he walked in. It's Gary.
They'll put that in post.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, Gary. You only missed one episode, but welcome back.
I missed a couple. I feel like every other week. I feel like I am the special guest every other week.
Yeah. So back for one more time, our special guest, Gary. I like your shirt for some reason.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
What is that?
Patagonia?
Yeah, I like that. That's a fish, a rainbow trout.
Sure.
See?
Yeah.
I know a few things about a few things. I did a dad joke earlier that you would have loved. I said we were a bunch of fun guys, and I said not mushrooms.
That's good.
Thank you.
Good, yeah.
All right. So then now that you're here, we can get into our next topic. All right. So Cocodona. Cocodona happened. Cocodona 250. 250 miles from.
Are there other Cocodonas?
What'd you say?
Are there other Cocodonas?
Okay, yes.
You're right. Is there a Cocodona 100?
So there,
Cocodona
no. There's many
Cocodona
different
1.
races. So a lot of these
Cocodona Plus.
a lot of these races are doing. Well, I think it's been this way. I'm new. So, but like UTMB, the Ultra Trail Mont Blanc. It's like more like a festival. Like there's 5 races that weekend, or that week. It's like just straight, like just start one day or something, and then like the last is typically the big one. And so this one seemed like it was pretty similar. Like there was like a 40 miler, there was a 50K, there's a 100K, I think there's a 100 miler maybe, but it's just like I think it just kind of happens throughout like the days, because Cocodona I think starts and then. It goes, and the 250 starts and goes, and then as that's happening, people jump on different courses and whatever and do their thing. Mm-hmm. So I think there is other Cocodonas, but I think they have different names. Like Glass City has the Glass City thing, and then the Owens Cornering half.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a couple different names, but it's basically the same vibe. But so Rachel Intrican won by quite a bit. I don't know why I got off the screen, but she won Cocodona 250, and I think she had the record originally, or she had the women's. I'm saying she had the women's record, I think, from last year, and Dan Green held the men's record from last year, and Rachel just won it and broke both records by like. I think like 7 hours something. It was a lot. It wasn't a little bit. And so all for 56 hours and some change, she ran 250 miles and slept for approximately 15 minutes within the 56 hours.
I could do the opposite.
You could sleep for 55 hours in 45 minutes and run for 15.
I'm an elite level.
Man,
sleeper.
if I could sleep for that long, I'm running the hell out of 15 minutes, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, no, that's crazy though. So big shout out to Rachel Intrican. Like it's been a really big. It was in like news outlets that don't normally even touch
mainstream media.
Yeah, it was definitely mainstream media because, which I feel like that's happening more in running in general when people do things that are incredible.
I mean, really lately, but there was the forget the names now. Nate Martin.
Yeah.
His win, and then there's another guy who eked out a marathon victory.
Yeah.
The one guy was celebrating.
The Delaware guy.
Yeah. But that made some mainstream too.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's really cool, especially when a woman does something like that's like that incredible.
Yeah.
Like I think that it just helps the sport in general, showing there's more. It's more to this whole running thing than just a bunch of guys running around.
And it runs counter to what people think. It's like, okay, men are stronger, men are faster, men are more suited for athletic endeavors, and then you see a woman go out and beat all the guys, and that's like a story, made for TV. It's like this lady who puts in the work, went out and beat everybody, and that's like super inspiring because it's a good culture war topic because the men get upset. Hey, what do you mean a woman won?
Yeah, I mean the farther the distance, and like I guess it's scientific. Like not, I guess it's science.
Yeah.
Science. The farther the distance, it's been proven that women just are better.
Yeah.
And so she ran 56:09, and then second place was Killian Korth. He ran 57:28. And it was interesting. Like
I didn't mean to cut you off, but it feels like if your name is Killian, you gotta like.
Yeah, it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you gotta say,
you gotta be.
You gotta
legit.
do your thing, because the other Killian would be like, bro, cease and desist.
This is before you got into the Pistons, but yeah, Killian Hayes, that was an experiment that didn't go well.
I don't even remember him. What year was this?
He got drafted in 2022.
Oh no, yeah, I was already.
Yeah, he played for the Kings, so he might as well be out of the league.
All right, shout out to Sacramento.
There's a lot of basketball on the pod today. Sorry guys.
We did a lot of basketball going on. But so the thing was like that was interesting, but I didn't really see it because I'm never when I'm watching like live streams, I'm never in the chat. Like because people be like, "What'd you have for breakfast?" Like it's just random stuff. It's never really like conversation. But a bunch of people afterwards were not upset, but making content about dudes in the live stream, commenting on like, oh, he killing a catcher,
Okay.
Like it wasn't I mean, they may have been rooting for him, but some of the comments came off sounding like they were as if he was expected to beat her when she's like proven like not this isn't like a random moment for her. Like she was expected to win, and she went out to win, and he's happy. He wasn't like they're friends. Like it's not like he wanted to beat her probably, but.
I demand a recount.
Yeah.
Well, there was a kind of off of that. There was the meme going around for some broadcast. One of their friends was running a 5K, and like he was getting passed by women, which is not unusual in a 5K or any race for that matter.
Yeah.
But they were making fun of him.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
You got passed by a girl?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I'm like.
That's definitely like 90s.
Yeah,
90s,
yeah, but that sounds like
chat.
what was going on in the chat was like, how could?
Well, some of the worst places in the world is like the chat.
Yeah, that's okay. That's two things, right? Like, so one, I mean, it's just funny to see like dudes, just because. I mean, but also Killian is also very, very vocal. Like he has a YouTube channel. Like he does a really great job, promoting all of his stuff, and he's got a big Instagram and all that. So yeah, like so people that don't know the sport are gonna jump in and be like, "Go Killian," because they follow him and like this is the only reason why I'm watching this live stream. Yeah. So I understand that, but then like there also is this thing of like these chat rooms and just online in general is just trash. Like
right.
people.
Well, there's a difference between rooting for your favorite athlete and just being a jerk.
Yeah.
Which is the nicest way I could probably say it.
But big shout out to Rachel. She it was incredible.
Do you know where she's from?
I don't, but I can tell you in one sec. I thought I'd be able to tell you. I can't tell you.
We
were
talking about
Tommie
and I were talking about this earlier this week, and it was one of those things where 56 hours, and then other folks are taking the full 5 days to finish. It reminds me like of that, put like a normal person in the 100 meters in the Olympics just to see how fast these pros are. Just a comparison, and that's like a perfect way to do it, really, with these ultra marathons. Because some of these folks,
so I'm gonna tell you,
taking the full 5 days, that's incredible. That's
just to even get 250 miles done within the whatever time limit they have is like the race that I think Western States that people are like you don't get the thing if you don't finish at a certain time, and people are like,
oh yeah, like
the golden hour,
yeah. It's like.
And they have so the last place person finished in like 3.7 days, so almost 4 days, and she finished in 56 hours, which is just
over 2 days.
2.5, like almost 2.5 days.
Yeah, not even 2.5 days.
Yeah, not even.
But like it's
a long.
But they're not saying days for her; they're saying hours. Where everybody else is like days.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like my son's 48 months. He's 4.
Your son is 4. Could you stop? Could you stop? Yo,
when do you stop?
No.
What is the like highest acceptable amount of months?
We stopped
11 months.
Yeah.
My kid is 1 at 12.
Yeah.
So
and then for everything,
my kid is 13 months.
No,
that's a violation.
Yeah. I mean, make this a clip, bro. If you got a kid, and your kid is 15 months, I don't want to know that. Just say your kid is 1.
There's a big difference between being 13 months and being
19 months,
23 months. Like,
yeah.
So I think making it known, like, nah, bro, this is a 13-month-old. This is not just a regular one. This is a fresh 1-year-old, and he's talking already. You know what I'm saying? This kid is 1 and he's advanced. Because like if somebody be like, my kid is 1 and they doing 1-year-old stuff, you can be like, all right, he's 1. But if he's 13 months and he's doing like close to 2-year-old stuff, it's like, okay, this kid has potential.
Okay.
This human has potential.
If your kid is doing pull-ups at 13 months, you can say 13 months instead of 1.
No, we got the distinguisher now.
What's
1.5.
Yeah, 1.5. No, I still think after one, just say he's 1. I don't think that there's obviously some anomalies here, or whatever it's called, outliers. There's probably some kids that's doing some spectacular stuff at like 16 months, right? But
5Ks
for the rest of 16 months, for the rest of us, bro, it's just 1. Just stop. I've heard people say 20 months before, and that's ridiculous.
20
just say
20
almost
is a little
2.
crazy.
You could just say almost 2.
He's almost 2.
20 months. 20 months. I feel like I gotta start doing math.
Yeah,
right.
because like
I agree. I'm in a store. Like, I don't want to do math right now. Like,
I'm sold. I don't want to have to break out my calculator when you
Right.
tell me how old your kid is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? You just whatever, lady.
People think
You
I'm
know?
anti-kid.
I think you are.
I just think we make it
Yeah,
easy
you
on
know-
children. That's all I'm saying.
Aaron's never said hi to my kids. What about yours?
Yeah, you said I had my kids.
God dang it, Gary.
I said hi to your
tap
kids.
in.
So
Yeah.
you putting off.
I thought you was gonna jump.
I was just trying to
dressing-
remember a time when Aaron actually met my kids, but no, I think he's
No,
always
that's
been polite.
because he's never talked to your kids. No, I don't think you're anti-kids, but I do think that you know how to make people have a feeling about.
Aaron's one of those folks who, like, you know what? When
He's
I
gonna
have
poke the
kids,
bear for sure.
I'm not gonna let them have any screen time, or I'm not. That's what he sounds like
Right.
sometimes. Or I'm
Yeah.
like, my kids, I'm not gonna give them sugary whatever.
Bro.
And then as soon as you have kids, you're like, just go.
Tablet.
When you come over my house with my kids, got a tablet and,
And
ice
gummy
cream.
worms. Yeah. And gummy worms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as a pre-parenting, we all got these grandiose ideas of how we're gonna raise our kids, and after a while, you're like, whatever.
Here,
Just-
take this bag of Funyuns and get out my
yeah,
face.
yeah. Especially after their first
I
kid.
told myself, bro. I told myself when I wasn't gonna raise my voice at my kids.
I've known you. As far as I've known you,
Bro.
I don't think I've ever heard you talk to your kids without a raised voice. So that's
Really?
hilarious.
Dang, that's crazy. Nah, I'll be. Yo, no, it ain't been that. Like, it may be
Not a
little
raised voice,
maybe a
but-
little elevated.
Hey, it's a little
elevated.
I'll be like, hey, you gotta
Like,
be that
bro,
passive
yeah,
aggressive
bro.
with Thomas, man.
Right.
Let him live.
Bro, I'd be so passive aggressive. That's so funny. They know my heart, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think they do.
Nah, they gonna look back and be like, I'm glad he's dead.
That's terrible. No, I feel like I told my kids. We sorry for if y'all are running and expect us to talk about running. We'll jump back into running sometime soon. But it's our podcast. So I think that I don't even know what I was gonna say.
You think your kid's gonna look
Oh,
back
I
at you
said if I do think that, like, I do a lot of, like, talking to my kids or whatever, and I really just, like, out of, like, desire for them to know, like, if something were to happen to me, like, I would love to know or feel that they would hear me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he would think this right now, or like he would be happy, or he would be mad, or he would walk away. You know, like, I'd like that thought of it. You know, I told my son that the other day, like, really, I just want to know that you know what I would think when I'm not around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a vibe because, you know, my dad passed when I was, like, super young, so I have no idea. Like, you could imagine he'd be happy, but it's like, what if he didn't like running, you know?
Yeah, no, I can promise you they will.
Yeah. They
like-
gonna hear it.
Like my inner monologue for a long time was my dad voice. Like I didn't even have my own thoughts. Like somehow his voice was translated through my mind.
Right.
So yeah, no, they
That's
definitely
fine,
will.
that's
They
fine.
definitely will.
Yeah.
No, my kids know what I'm thinking because I just give them walk away now. I try not to lose my temper sometimes. I'm like, you know what? I'm done.
They're like, got it, Dad.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up and walk away.
You
I'm gonna
might,
count to 10. I'm gonna get up and walk away.
yeah, you might be one of the you're like a TV dad to me.
Explain.
Like, you're like the show that, like, you're like the dad in the show that I would like because you say, like, inappropriate stuff. Like,
I do.
Yeah, like you'll joke. And I'm like, you said that to your kid? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, she thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're like the dad that I would like in the show. You wouldn't be the main character dad, but you'd
No.
be, yeah.
No, I don't try and sugarcoat things with my kids,
Yeah.
especially if it's funny.
I thought you were about to go serious. I should have known better, Gary. All right, so what do you guys want to talk? What do you guys want to talk about? Because we have a few different things. We got Run Culture Court. We're gonna do that at the end.
Yeah.
And then we have some YouTube questions. I know you threw some of these in there.
Yeah. Let's explore the world of YouTube.
Okay.
That's
Okay. All right. So I don't know which one you wanted to do.
The
here.
second one is not really a question. I just thought it was funny.
Okay.
Funny
Here.
comment.
You do it.
All right, so Andres Stanley -U7T said, this was on our last episode. I could have just left it at Andres Stanley, but she said, well, of course, I extend my deepest condolences to Gary and his family. I'm really just here to say I listened to the pod on my long run yesterday, but revisited it on YouTube so I could watch back. So I can watch the back half and see everyone's face when they talked about Ben Dick. And
You weren't here, and I
No.
wish you were.
No,
Okay. Hold on. This kid's a real person.
it is a real person, and there was
shout
actually
out-
somebody in the chat
who
commented, who knew somebody who knew him.
Yeah, that he like trained with his dad, and Lil Ben is willingly doing all this on his own. He trains like normal. He doesn't do big high mileage or anything like that. So shout out to them. But it was just I wasn't excited. It was the first time I heard the name, and I think if he just changed his last name like Richard, that'd be fire.
What do you mean last name? I thought the funny part was that his name was Ben as an 11-year-old. I thought you had to get to a certain age before they started calling you Ben.
No, you have to get a certain age before they start calling you Benjamin.
I feel like Benjamin little. Is more appropriate. I think the most ideal name for an 11-year-old is Benny.
Benny.
No, you've never met a Benny.
Yes.
You've never met a Benny.
Hey, there's Benny. You know, like.
He's never met a Benny.
I don't know about that, but Benny sounds like an older.
Yeah, Benny's like Benny and the Jets, something like that. Yeah, that was like 1930.
That's my only reference to somebody named Benjamin other than Benjamin Franklin.
I think that Ben's.
He never grew out of Benjamin.
I think Benjamin, you grow into the word to the name Benjamin. I was laughing at his last name. I mean, I thought that was
Jeffrey Epstein, the New York financier. Let's call Jelani Maxwell. Let's go figure it all out.
All right, so Andrew, you got what you wanted. Thanks for tapping in. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel.
And I think that's cool. Like people are. I think when we started this, that was the idea of like take us on the run, hang out with us, because that was the idea of the pod. Was like we have these conversations on the run, and we wanted to share it with people. So to hear people say, yes, I take the pod out and I listen to it on my runs. That's exactly what we want. So it's cool that you came back to YouTube. It's cool that people watch on YouTube and look at us, but we really want to be.
I do that all the time though too. Like so if I'm listening to a pod and like somebody, it's only when people are laughing.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, I gotta tap in. I'll go right to the 30-second mark because I wanna see like, because it's funnier to see people laugh than hear people laugh. Because then you see and hear. You gotta listen to funnier podcasts.
It's not that. I literally feel like it's a waste of my time.
I mean, Gary. I mean, my bad. Damn, hold on. Okay, well, let's move on to the next topic. All right, so Fortified Endurance said, listen to the end. Love discussion. Love the discussion. Well done, man. Question for y'all. Very amateur runner, doing first marathon in September, running at 9 to 9:30 pace. Assuming minutes, hopefully.
Respect.
Mm-hmm. So nothing blazing, but still excited. For someone at that level, do you think having a pair of race day shoes is important or beneficial? Can someone at that pace or experience benefit from a pair of super shoes for race day? Thanks and much love.
All right, first of all, I don't do a lot of math, so what would that come out to for a marathon?
It doesn't matter, Gary. I don't know, actually.
It's right around 4 hours, I think.
Okay. I think that's about average, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do think super shoes could be beneficial for, at the very minimum, just post-race fatigue, make your legs feel a little bit better. I know there are some shoes out there that are geared towards the 4-hour marathoner. Like I think Salomon had a pair 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I do think they can help. I think there are some like the Adidas Evo, 3 or 2, whatever's been out. I don't think that's for a 4-hour marathon. I think that's for a sub 1 hour, sub 2-hour marathoner. But I think there are some super shoes out there designed for the 4-hour marathoner.
Yeah. I think the benefit of a race day shoe, even if it's not a super shoe.
Yeah, it's 4 hours. 9:09 is 4 hours.
Yeah, see, I know a little something. I think the benefit of a race day shoe can be psychological. Like to have a pair of shoes that you have, this is my race day shoe. It kind of adds to almost like putting on the costume, putting on the superhero outfit of like, okay, it's race day. This is my first marathon. I have my outfit. I have my shoes. These shoes are going to get me there. Like if that plays into it, then I think that helps. But I think for someone running a 4-hour marathon, the most important thing is to run in a pair of shoes you like to run in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You may see benefits from a time standpoint and from an effort standpoint in a super shoe. But if you're really in love with a super trainer, if you're really in love with a certain shoe, a certain model that you really feel great in, then I think that is your race day shoe, and don't overthink it. We obsess about numbers, we obsess about time. Can this get me this percent faster, this percent faster? That's cool, but you want to enjoy it too. You want to get out there and have a good time and feel like I'll do this again. Right. And the right pair of shoes can make or break that. And maybe a Nike Alpha Fly is not the right pair of shoes for you. Maybe it's a Asics Super Blast. Maybe it's a New Balance SC Trainer. I know people that's ran marathons and knows because they just enjoy how that feels. Maybe it's the Hyper Boost, like Tommie ran the LA Marathon. If you find a pair that you really like, I think that's your pair. And they don't have to, you don't have to buy into the marketing of a super shoe that costs $300 for validation just because the brands are telling you that you should.
Yeah, and I think if I agree with both of y'all, but if you want, because I think a little bit when super shoes like first really started popping and they were like a little harder to get, people that were faster were like, were upset with people that were running 4-hour marathons or whatever, like, you guys are taking all the fast shoes, it's for the fast, blah, blah, blah. I think that there's been plenty of studies around all this that shows that people being out there longer, if you do find that shoe that's comfortable for you, and it's not, because like some shoes just aren't comfortable for your gait or for whatever your process is. So find one that's good for you, and it actually probably pays more dividends than it does somebody that's running like a 2-hour and 30-minute marathon that's trying to get down to a 2:28 or something like that. You running, spending more time on a shoe that fits you well or suits you well, that is a super shoe, will pay off more in the percentage thing. If a shoe is supposed to make you 5% more economical over the distance, that 5% adds up to 5%, regardless of who you are. If you're trying to run a 2-hour marathon, if you're trying to run from a 2:03 to lower, then let's just say you only get that 5%, it's going to be a smaller number than it's going to be for somebody running a 4-hour marathon. Yeah. So if you can find one, to what you were saying, if you can find one that fits you, that like you like, and it makes you, and you've done enough in it where you don't feel like at the 3-hour mark it's going to start like shooting pains up your leg, then have at it, and you deserve to have a race day shoe. Like I think that some of that question, I don't know if that's what they were asking, but sometimes when people talk about like the way that they said 9 minutes, 9:30 pace, so nothing blazing, like it doesn't even matter. Right. Like you deserve to have, if you want to spend $300 on a shoe and it doesn't hurt you, go for it. Like if you want to lace that shoe up at whatever marathon that you're running or half or whatever, go off, bro. Make sure to fit fire and go get the PR.
As long as them socks not black, we good.
As long as them socks not black and them shoes not white.
But that's a good point though. Like, if it makes you feel like Sebastian Salway,
fire off, bro.
Like, there's no rules,
bro. Like that's what we used to do when you growing up. You saw people wearing the things, and then you went and bought them or tried to go buy them or had your parents buy them, and then you was in the driveway thinking you was Allen Iverson with the questions on. Yeah. Like that's it. Yeah. Like let people do what they want to do, and it is a little different because of fit and stuff like that. So if no shade to like Nike at all, whatever, because I think it's one of the best super shoes on the market, Alpha Fly 3. Yeah. If that doesn't fit you and it fits somebody else well, then just there's many options at this point. Nike even has another option. Yeah. So it's like,
I think that's the beauty too. Like how often are y'all pulling up to like starting lines and checking out shoes, and it's like such a wide variety of not only brands but also not everybody's wearing super shoes. Yeah. Not everybody, like I've seen, like I lined up for a 5K one time and a guy had on like flats. Like he's just like, I still like these. Yeah. And I'm just like, if that works for you, by all means. I mean, I ran the New York City Marathon. People ran by me with no shoes on. Ran by me with running sandals on. Yeah. It's like, figure out what works for you and lean all the way.
Super sandals. There are super sandals.
I bet. No,
Keen. I mean, not Keen. Oh, my gosh.
Haluva?
No. I don't know how just like that just left me like that. But, they're super sandals. They have a plate.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
What's this guy's name again? The one who asked the question?
This person's name is Fortified Endurance.
Well, Best of luck.
Hey, Mr.
Best of luck, Mr. Endurance.
Mr. Endurance.
Can I call you 40 for short?
All right, good question, 40. But yeah, people keep dropping questions in the like they say that you can comment on a podcast, but I don't ever see where to do it with that. So
I think you're doing Spotify.
Yeah, I think you have to do
Spotify.
it in
But
Spotify
yeah, drop a
and
comment.
app.
Keep asking questions because it's easy for us to see these and they stay still, and it's not a big issue for us to get to them. So drop all your questions that you have on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to both podcasts and YouTube.
Absolutely.
But yeah, those are some good questions. All right, so let's do run culture court.
Let's go. You didn't bring your fit again, but one day you're gonna come in with your robe and
What
your
fit? Oh yeah, I can't. I don't know. I can't.
Get one of them British wigs.
No,
Yeah.
pretend this is the British wig. This is it. All right. So okay, I got. So
Can you drop in that? Sorry, real quick. Can you drop in that Law and Order? Dun, dun.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
I can do that. I can do
Is that Law and Order?
No, Law and Order is just that.
Dun,
Dun, dun.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
was going into the song.
Yeah, that's in the beginning, right? Okay. Yeah. Let's.
Bro was in his bag.
Hey, can we do? Can we use that audio? Yeah, I know he was going.
I think we could probably just do the
No, do all of it
I don't know
until
if
we
you
get
can
a
do that.
cease and desist. Yeah.
until we get a season.
Foursome.
Yeah.
Who's the executive producer of
Stephen Blasco.
No, I'm talking about
Blasco?
somebody else.
Okay, let's move on.
Dick Wolf.
All right.
Shout out.
Oh yeah, Dick
All
Wolf, yeah.
Ben.
Richard Wolf.
Nah, I was saying this last name should be Richard. Ben Richard.
Yeah. No, I get
Okay.
it.
All right. I just had to make sure. I was thinking about the right thing. I'm glad you're here.
All
Gary.
rise.
All right.
The
All right.
Honorable
So hold on.
Tommierunz is now in town.
we drop. I know. I'm gonna let y'all pick.
Okay.
We going for a fashion thing.
Okay.
A marathon training thing,
Okay.
or
Riveting podcasting right now.
oh, this one's too long. I don't know. And then, or there's one, or toxic culture, training culture. So marathon culture, training culture, or fashion.
I think we did fashion last week, so we can pass on that.
Okay.
What do you think? Toxic or training?
I think the toxic probably
The
the
toxic.
more fun one to discuss.
Okay. All right. So, are we doing names? People's names? Nah. We'll leave it alone. All right. So, run culture court topic of the day is toxic grind culture that ignores rest, injuries, or mental health.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of a backstory here. I know everyone is on a different level, but are they just showing up? Are they just not showing the recovery, or is everyone out here built like superhumans?
That is interesting, because my first thought was like jail for 40 days. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I will say, everybody gets into the running space or into the endurance space in different ways. So what some people may see as toxic, other people may see as like their escape. In the grind culture of it all, we know, people that do run streaks. I think Hella is at like
9 years.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So some people might say that's toxic. Some people might say he's never taken a day off. He's never had one day where he was sick or one day where his family needed him and he couldn't make it happen. Like every day, like that's a extreme level of dedication. If that's not for you, then that's okay. Where I do find it to be toxic is when people start imposing their running ideas and their running ethos on other people. Mm-hmm. Because what works for you, you might like to do 100-mile weeks. You might like to run ultras. You might like to run a marathon every weekend. Your body may be able to do that, but not everybody's is. So being mindful of that and understanding, and some people literally get into endurance sports to be miserable. Like they chase that. I want to get out there and David Goggins it out. This is, I do this to because I want it to hurt.
Yeah.
Some people are masochists in that way.
Some people like to suffer. All of us like to suffer.
Yeah, it's just the degree in which we like to suffer. So, I think being toxic. We talked about it last week. Tell the whole story. I think that's important because, recovery isn't as sexy. Recovery isn't as easily postable. You want to post your times. You don't want to post how long you slept that night or how long you were.
I mean, I remember last year around this time when I DNF'd that race, and I talked about it and I said, look, I was hurt. I probably shouldn't have been out there. I got a lot of kudos just for being honest about it. And I think if you're honest about your recovery, it's not or your injuries, I think you get a lot more credit. But if you just paste over it, or like you say, you only show the good parts, and I think people kind of see through that a little bit more than they used to. I think the folks that are like, I do more at 4 a.m. than most of you guys do at, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that turns people off, because what are you doing for the rest of the day?
Right. I read in the evening, bro. It's
right.
the same thing.
But yeah, I think it's if there's people that are their messaging is that they just grind hard, they don't do no days off, and that's like their energy, and they're just trying to like push that as the thing. I would call cap. I think that they're all recovering in some way. It's just they just choose not to show it. But then there's also a thing where if you're talking about like on the influencer or content creator side, they're like you said, it's not sexy. So it's not necessarily, if someone's trying to create a momentum, making half of your content or a quarter of your content be about recovery would be valuable. But then at the same time, those will probably be reels or content that will kind of drag a little bit. And if you're okay with sacrificing that, then great. But if not, then I could see why people only post things that they think is exciting, which would be the training or the long run or the whatever. And to be honest, I had to, like when I read this question, I had to think about me, like, bro, I don't talk about any recovery for real. Like every now and then I will, like in my stories or something like that, but I don't talk about recovery in a sense that would be as like, on the forefront. And I think that there are creators out there that really do focus on recovery heavy, but it doesn't register to me that they're also doing 70 miles a week or 80 miles a week or whatever it is. They're not necessarily also doing that. They just have all this stuff takes a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the two things though. One, I think those that focus on recovery usually have the letters PT in their usernames.
Mm-hmm. That's true too.
And then I also think that most of us don't recover properly enough.
Oh, yeah, I know for sure that. Yeah. So I don't think I don't think it's wrong. I think sometimes we perceive things to be happening, and we watch it happen, and we assume that they're saying something that maybe they're not. Because maybe they aren't recovering properly, these people that we're talking about, and maybe they end up getting, either plateau in their training, or they end up getting hurt, or don't hit their goal in the race day. Then they learn and they move on, and then we go to the next cycle, and next thing you know, we're all recovering better, So I don't really know. I think if someone's preaching like grind culture still at this point, where it's like, that's their identity, and that's where they're like trying to push that, because like Hella is a good example, because he is running every day, but he's not talking about training as like and running as this grind. It's like more of a joy for him. Even when it is a grind for him, he's still presenting it as a thing he chooses to do. Mm-hmm. So if somebody's out there like toxic grind culture, and they're like putting like their nose down or thumbing down recovery, then that's crap for sure.
Yeah. That's a weird angle to.
I think what I think we should put like on Run Culture Court too is like, we all have done it, where we look at other people doing something, and we look at how other people are training. We're looking at how other people how the paces people are running their long runs in, and we're making all these like assessments and judgments against ourselves. Mm-hmm. And why you're talking, like I'm like about to hit up my coach, like, why am I not doing like 28-mile runs? You know what I mean? Like, because somebody else did it. Right. But then maybe you didn't even go to their Strava and realize they did 28-mile run, but they only did 40 miles for the week, and you're at 60 somehow. We have to stop looking at other people in allowing ourselves to see the things that make us look at ourselves funny in the light when we're doing everything we can do. Yeah. If I can look at Aaron's content and take good things out of it, like, subscribe, follow. But if you, for some reason, are following people that, however it's being displayed to you, it's making you judge yourself. I'm not saying unfollow that person, but I think it needs to be like a step back and like, hold on, like, I could just be enjoying this thing. And I think we do it to ourselves, and we shouldn't, because if you question your training because of somebody else's, I'm not saying that this. I don't think that was the question at all. Yeah. But if you're questioning yourself because of somebody else's training, you don't know what they're doing, or you don't know what's going on. You don't know what they're gonna pull up and run in that race. I've seen people that I was intimidated by, like online, and swear we ran the same race in a PR. I beat them by like 15 minutes, and they were happy with their PR, and I'm like, okay, hold on, like we're looking at different things.
I think we also have a habit of filling in the blank spots of people's story with what we think rather than the reality.
Yeah.
And
projecting, right?
Yeah, sometimes you have to take a step back and just say, okay, I don't know this person, and maybe they are doing more than I'm giving them credit for when it comes to recovery, or maybe I shouldn't put so much emphasis on what they're doing outside of what they're presenting, even or what they're presenting. Like, it's okay to be inspired. It's okay to look to other people for motivation, but like basically what you're saying, don't make them a benchmark. Like, don't look at other people. Everybody's journey is unique and special to them, and don't allow that to like sour your relationship with this practice that we get to do. Like,
right. And to go back to this guy's question, because he was asking if everybody was superhuman, because what he see it online.
Yeah.
Not everybody who runs is online.
That's true.
Not everybody who runs has got an Instagram account or Facebook account or whatever. So you're only seeing the best of what people want to show you, or really you're only seeing what people want to show you.
Yeah, period. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like social media is literally what people want to show. And unless somebody realized or went viral by accident by showing like some recovery thing, they're not going to show recovery like that.
And it just so happens that some people take sabbaticals when they get injured. It's like he was posting every day when he was running.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, get tough.
So don't think that people are superhuman either, because they're getting injured just as much as you. It's just you're not with them every day. So they might fall off your timeline for 6 weeks and you don't even notice. And you're like, oh,
now if it's
syndrome.
Now if it's a coach, like if it's like a coach that's online that's presenting things of their team or themselves or their ideas and promoting that, like as in like you're not, like you said, like you're not doing enough because of blah blah blah, then you can just decide to just not follow that journey. You know, because I think coaches of all people, if you're going to be an active coach online or PT or whatever, you have to talk about all the things, even if that certain content doesn't perform as well as you talking about, you know, how to PR a 5K.
Yeah,
you know?
you're held to a higher standard.
Yeah, because when I had my plantar fasciitis issues, you know, I was posting some feet pics for a little bit, but I had to move those to different accounts.
How's that doing for you, Gary? How's that doing for you, Gary?
I'm doing okay right now.
He moved up into a different tax bracket. He had to slow down a bit.
That's right. Bro came in here with buttons on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? You know, bro making that money off them toes. But real quick though, I just want to give a quick shout out because we'll do shoe of the month next time.
Because of me.
Because I
forgot my shoe of the month. I reminded you guys to.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
But I just want to give a shout out because we were just at an event this week with Brooks and Exhibition. Yep. Exhibition is a store downtown. How would you describe them?
They are fashion, streetwear.
Yeah. Okay.
And high end fashion, I guess you would call it.
And
it's also they have I think they're Cleveland based.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know that.
Yeah,
okay.
I think the Cleveland store was the first one, and then they moved to Detroit, and I think they got one in Columbus too.
Okay, dope. So they have a store downtown, and Brooks and Exhibition hosted a dinner for the pioneers of the city, I guess, of Detroit. So there was about maybe 30 people.
Yeah, I was there for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what you was there for, but no, like you were there, Joe, me, and a few other people that we know. And it was really cool. It was a nice vibe. I had to bounce, but it was really cool. And just big shout out to Shannon, our guy Shannon. If you don't know Shannon, he actually was on my team or on my crew for TSP. So make sure you follow Shannon. He's doing really big things. He just moved over to Brooks and immediately like kind of hit the ground running. He's on the lifestyle side of things, and he's got me and Aaron right now have on some fire kicks because of it. But I just really liked that event. I thought it was really thoughtful and a good way to bring people together that wouldn't normally be together. Because in a room, you know, you and I wouldn't, you, me, or Joe, typically in the way that we interact with this like social media stuff, we wouldn't end up in a room with some of the people that were there. Yeah. You know, because they're just on a different side of lifestyle or life. Yeah. And I really appreciated that. So big shout out to Brooks, big shout out to Exhibition, and also the Detroit Foundation Hotel for hosting. It was really nice.
Fire. good food, good atmosphere, good ambiance.
For sure.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think next weekend I go to Western States training camp. Ooh. And it's 3-day thing. You run 3 sections of the course, and over the 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you run 75 miles.
You should probably recover pretty well between those runs.
Nah, man, maybe. Just grind culture, kid. No, but I'll see y'all in a minute. But make sure you subscribe. This is our show. And like, follow, send to a friend, and comment on the YouTube if you want us. If you just ask a question, it don't have nothing to do with the episode. Ask a question, we'll get to you.
Yeah, we got Run Culture Court that we're gonna make that a recurring segment. So send it in. We putting them on the Summer Jam screen
for sure.
Yep. Thanks everyone.
Peace out.